Welcome back. Dharmesh Sheth is with me in the studio. Extraordinary story which continues to develop at some pace. Just a reminder, if you've just joined us, Manchester City now not looking to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo and his people looking elsewhere, with George Mendes proposing a deal to see him return to Manchester United, where he was a player for 6 years. Extraordinary.
This is the transfer window that keeps on giving. Rob, yesterday, let's rewind 24 hours. We knew that George Mendes, Cristiano Ronaldo's agent, was speaking to lots of European clubs, the biggest European clubs, about a proposal to have Cristiano Ronaldo join one of their clubs. Now, the information that I was getting was that there was no confirmation that Manchester United was one of those clubs. All that I was being told is that Manchester United have a long-standing relationship with George Mendes, because obviously he helped bring Cristiano Ronaldo to the Premier League, to Manchester United back in 2003. The other information I was getting is, look, Manchester United are satisfied with the business that they've done in this transfer window. Two of the priority positions in Rafael Varane and Jadon Sancho has been filled. And the feeling was Manchester City was the only show in town as far as Cristiano Ronaldo was concerned. Now we have a situation, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, Manchester City no longer in for Cristiano Ronaldo, and it's been confirmed to me this morning that George Mendes has approached Manchester United about a proposal that would see Cristiano Ronaldo return to Manchester United. The narrative of this story changed when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did his news conference this afternoon. We were just expecting him to bat off questions about Cristiano Ronaldo. Instead, he said he is a legend at this club. Bruno Fernandes has been speaking to him, and if he was to ever leave Juventus, this was after we'd found out he declared that he was going to leave, he said, "We are here." That was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United's message to Cristiano Ronaldo: we are here if he leaves Juventus. And now we're in a position where George Mendes, Cristiano Ronaldo's agent, has approached United. They're in talks over a proposal that could see Cristiano Ronaldo sensationally return to Manchester United. But remember, George Mendes is talking to other clubs. Manchester City apparently now out of the equation, but there are other European clubs that George Mendes is talking to. But the feeling is now Manchester United are the front runners to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. Incredible.
Well, yeah, it is incredible. Let's come back to Manchester United in just a moment. As you can see, Kaveh has joined us on set as well. Let's look at it from a City perspective then, Kaveh. Not long ago, Pep Guardiola saying Cristiano is one of few players where they decide where they want to play. Do you get the sense that that's actually not the case and that City have pulled the plug here? And if they have done so, is it because of wages, would you say, that they've opted away from this deal?
Look, I know for a fact that there were people at Manchester City who were not convinced that Cristiano Ronaldo was what they needed at this moment in time. Now, look, the story with Cristiano Ronaldo is that he was never in Manchester City's plans at all for this summer. Manchester City wanted to sign Jack Grealish. They did that. They also wanted to sign Harry Kane. When they missed out on Harry Kane, then they went out in the market and looked at options. But they were also happy with the squad they had. They're not in a desperate rush or desperate need to go out and sign another striker. But of course, they get offered players the whole time. One player they were offered by George Mendes was Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, in normal circumstances, Manchester City would never sign a 36-year-old player. They just don't do that. And also, they don't make late moves in the transfer market. But we're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. So Manchester City decided to have a look at it. They held talks about it. They considered it, and they decided not to proceed with the move. Do you think what we're also being told is that Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to go to Manchester City? Manchester City were his #1 choice. Because obviously, if you go to Manchester City, you've got a great chance of winning the Premier League title. You've got a great chance of winning the Champions League. And if you're Cristiano Ronaldo, you're a winner. You want to win trophies. And it would have been a great end to his career. But Manchester City, respectfully, because they have a lot of respect for Cristiano Ronaldo, you heard it from Pep Guardiola today, they have decided not to proceed with the move.
When we talk about George...
Carry on, Rob. We should also say here, with the Juventus side of it, because even though he said, I'm no longer wanting to play for Juventus and Juventus wanted to offload him, Juventus still do want a transfer fee. As far as we're aware, they want around £25 million for Cristiano Ronaldo. This won't be an easy deal to do because it's the transfer fee. That would probably be the least of a club's problems. It's the wages as well. So this is still a complicated deal to complete. But as it stands, there seems to be talks that are ongoing between Jorge Mendes and Manchester United to try and get this deal done.
When it comes to Mendes and City then, do you think that Mendes and also possibly Ronaldo saw an avenue in the fact that Kane said earlier in the week, I'm staying at Tottenham? They both thought, well, look, this is maybe a chance to get Ronaldo into Manchester City. If they're looking for a striker, can't get Kane, this could be our option.
Exactly. Jorge Mendes is just doing his job. And look, we're not talking about Cristiano Ronaldo 10 years ago. We're talking about a player who Juventus wanted to sell this summer. They need to get him off their books because they're paying him something like £500,000 a week after tax. So they needed him to leave. And he has said, fine, I'm leaving. Now, the only problem is, where is he going to go to? That is Jorge Mendes' job. We talked about this on the show yesterday. Jorge Mendes has been going around Europe, talking to all the biggest clubs, Manchester City, of course, Manchester United, of course, PSG, of course, trying to find a club who will take Cristiano Ronaldo. And from what Dharmesh is saying and from what we've been able to find out this afternoon, Manchester United are one of the clubs who are in talks to sign him, and they're considering signing him. Now, if you're a Manchester United supporter, you are going to be on cloud nine. You don't care about the fact that he's 36. He's still Cristiano Ronaldo. He scored something like 30 goals last season for Juventus.
29.
29. He was a top scorer in the Euros as well. But if you speak to Juventus supporters, they will say to you, yes, thank you very much for what you've done, Cristiano Ronaldo, but really, it's time for you to leave. You didn't quite live up to expectations. You didn't win the Champions League for us. I don't think they got further than the quarter-finals under him. So I'm not sure what kind of Cristiano Ronaldo United will be getting if he comes back. But just from a sort of commercial perspective, from a feel-good perspective, for the Glazer family who own the club, it'll be fantastic news because, of course, a lot of Manchester United fans are very, very unhappy with their ownership of the club. And I think if you look at what they did in the NFL as well, they own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They went out and bought Tom Brady, the sort of NFL equivalent of Cristiano Ronaldo. They got him when he left the New England Patriots. And what happened? In his first season at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they won the Super Bowl. So maybe the Glazers are thinking, look, it worked with Tom Brady. Let's see if it's going to work with Cristiano Ronaldo as well.
All right.
I know Dharmesh is not very impressed because he doesn't like NFL.
Well, he's going to have to pause for a moment. We'll get to NFL. We'll get to all sorts of things in just a moment. We are going to have to take a quick breather, but we are incredibly quickly moving on with this story. That's Cristiano Ronaldo in world-exclusive pictures boarding a private jet away from Turin. We think he might well have played his last game for Juventus, but who will he play his next game for? It won't be Manchester City. Might he return to Manchester United? All the details on Ronaldo's future on the way next.